welcome back, everyone, finally, to what used to be Dragons of Stormwreck Isle, but is now the Light of Xaryxis, as we have taken off into Wildspace after the party met an interesting pirate named Elena Sartell, helped her take over her own ship again with a mutiny, but really wasn't because it was her own ship, but it was also kind of a mutiny. After fighting some astral blights that rained down with these giant stalks exploding through the earth, kind of like what you see on screen here. These are the giant stalks. I didn't even notice that, but they're actually in the background. And as you take off into wild space, you are all standing on the deck of the Moon Dancer. You can see scores of crystalline vines erupting from the surface of your world. Some of the vines reaching high enough to break through the clouds. You find yourself sailing through a void filled with colorful gases and blinking stars. A school of space-dwelling fish swim past the ship on the starboard side. Wow, I accidentally picked quite the accurate background map.
It's like the perfect picture.
Elena Sartell, sweeping her arms wide, says, "Welcome to Wildspace. That was a close thing down there. Blast if I know what those vines are or how to get rid of them. But someone on the Rock of Brawl might. As I take you over to the deck of the Moonweaver, where you are now aboard with the various other refugees from down below. What would you like to do?"
Lorelai's gonna start walking around to all the refugees and checking up on them.
Sure, give me a medicine check, please. You go around checking on the various refugees. Some of them have little bruises from the sprint to the ship. Easy things that you can patch up. Most of them seem to be rather unhurt, though. Other than, as I said, the bruises or scrapes they had while scrambling onto the side of the ship and getting aboard.
Okay.
Which you are able to patch up without the need of magic. You know, you're a cleric. You know how to patch people up.
I think I'm gonna walk up to Elena and see maybe what her course of action, if she had any side stops she was gonna do, or if she's got somewhere she's trying to get to first.
Yeah, you ask her that, and she says, "Let me say something. Let me look at this." Well, I only have one course of action, and that's to head to the Rock of Brawl, where I shall drop all of you off for safe refuge. You'll all be safe there, rather than your home world.
Yes, it seems that got a little bit covered.
So once we arrive to the Rock of Brawl, that is where I shall leave you all.
Okay, and with that, I will thank her and walk back down, I guess, to the group.
How about Damon or Tad or anything from you guys? Anything you want to do?
They will probably just kind of casually enjoy the view until, I don't know, until something else happens.
Give me a perception check.
Alright. I immediately, tried to go to a tab that did not exist, because I... like, oh yeah, sheet's here.
How does Roll20 work?
I forget, all the time.
Well, a 19 is pretty good. As you are staring off the side of the moon dancer, just like the previous image before, and I'll actually take us back there, you can see a pod of space whales off in the distance, just slowly moving their way through Wildspace.
Oh, majestic.
Indeed. And they seem to, unlike the picture, kind of, I'm going to add more flair to them. They do seem like your generic whales that would live in the oceans of Faerun, but they definitely seem more rocky and more crystalline. They have blue, purplish crystals covering their entire body as they swim through the skies in space. And it is very majestic and somewhat reminiscent of the dragons you have previously seen on Stormwreck Isle. And how about Tatter? And
so the material plane, the planet we just came from, is completely screwed over, right?
If you look back, you can see these vines aplenty all over, just erupting. Yes, it looks to be not good for humanity and humanity kind.
Just trying to comfort Tidbit as we look onto our planet that has apparently been destroyed. And just whoever's closest to me, if it's a random NPC or a person. Really? So we're not going back?
Damon would be the closest.
Damon would probably shake his head and be like, I don't think we would anytime soon.
I had plans. I think no.
Plans?
So I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses. I didn't want to go to space. I just kind of came along the ride.
Damon will kind of be like, yeah, new things could be a bit to take in. I've never been here, and just kind of holds his arms out. But, it's quite nice.
It is quiet.
Too quiet, almost.
How loud is this conversation, I must ask? How loud is Tatter in the whole, I didn't want to go to space?
Tatter has no volume control.
Okay. Well, then you hear from up above near the Spelljammer seat, Elena Sartell looking down upon your group and looking at you, and you, Tatter, and Damon, and says, I'm sorry about your world. As I told your friend, pointing at Halden, it's possible there may be someone on the Rock of Brawl who could help. If not, there's plenty of adventure out here in Wildspace for you to find. I'm sure you'll come up with something.
Could be worse, right? We could be in the vines.
I'd walk up to him and say, yeah, there's plenty of charity out here, I'm sure.
I hope so. And I guess since we'll be on the ship for a while, Tatter's gonna go try to find a quarters to live in.
Yeah, there are various rooms. I believe these are the rooms over here. And Elena Sartell does look over the ship and says to everyone, "It's going to be quite a journey to the Rock of Brawl. There are some rooms. I don't know if they will fit you all, but you're more than welcome to take rest. I do hope you enjoy your stay on the Moon Dancer, and welcome to Wildspace. Feel free to take in all of the many beautiful sights." So, if you wanted, you're all able to find rooms for a rest. If that's what you choose to do.
I would like to, thank you.
I would like to too.
Okay. How about Damon and Halden?
I don't think I have anything I need to replenish. I think I'm pretty healthy at the moment, and out of character, I don't have any abilities that need to refresh.
Yeah, I'm also like checking that because I was like, I think I'm fine.
I think we
I'd
did
probably
long rest at the end of the last one.
stay out and look around as we're traveling for a bit.
Well, for those who would want to rest, you're more than welcome to take a short rest. I know Octu is definitely going to find himself a room to take a short rest. And I will roll some hit dice for him. So if anyone else wants to take a short rest, they may. Unless you're trying for a long rest. But Octu is going to take a short. He's going to use 2 hit die. Lorelei, Tatter, are you guys taking a long, or you guys want to try and take a long rest or a short?
I think just a short. I don't think I have anything to do at the moment.
Well, then you guys can take short rests. If you're missing hit dice, you can roll them. Same for Lorelei, if that's what you're doing.
I don't think I'm missing health. Am I?
You also get, I think you get some cleric stuff on a short rest. You get some stuff back.
Yeah, I get. I think my Channel of Divinity. Yeah, my Channel of Divinity stuff, and then like my Misty Step, or not Misty Step, but Face Step.
Well, there you go. You can take your short rest. You can gain your stuff back. You can gain all your goodies. And I would like Halden to roll me a perception, please.
Okay, 1 second, just checking things, making sure. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything else.
Do I get spell slots back for a short rest as a cleric? I can't remember.
I don't believe so. Let's find out. I don't play clerics enough to know that.
No, they don't.
I think that's a long rest, yeah.
It's only druids and wizards that have the ability to get short rest spells. Okay.
A 6 perception. You don't notice it immediately. You only notice it when the ship you're on, the Moon Dancer, begins slowing down. And this is after the short rest happens. You know, the 30 minutes go by. Your party mates are able to get their rest. Octu comes back out on the deck of the ship. But you all feel the ship, the Moon Dancer, slowing. As you all see another vessel come into view approaching the Moon Dancer. The pursuing vessel looks like a giant moth with wings made of iridescent crystal, similar in color and luster to the crystalline vines that ravaged your world. You can just make out figures on the other vessel's deck scrambling to arm the ship's weapons. You hear Captain Sartell curse under her breath, "Astral Elves. And they don't look friendly. Best ready yourselves for a fight." And you guys have but a moment to ready your weapons. As boarding your ship are 3 armored elven figures with weapons drawn, and 2 very interesting plasmoids. And we better roll some initiatives.
DM, I said I was going to go take a short rest, but I'm still on the deck. Would you like me to move myself to the quarters?
Yes. You would be able to move yourself back out after the short rest.
Yeah.
So you can place yourself.
I wasn't sure
where
if this
you
was
would've
happening during that.
been. No, this would have been after the short rest.
Okay, I'll just stay where I was then.
And we have some very funky battle music.
I was about to comment on that.
It's good.
I like
Feels
it.
like, yeah, feels good.
Listen, we need those space funky vibes if we're gonna adventure in space. Put these nameplates on so I can recognize each of the elven characters. And let me roll for Octu. Come on, Octu, sheet, open up. Roll for the wizard. And then, finally, last but not least, we have the elves. Expect all future battle music to be as funky as this.
I'm vibing.
This is the lieutenant. Who accidentally shared the same name. Okay, that doesn't make sense. The correct names are actually in the initiative order. Who's first? One of the plasmoid explorers are first. And they're gonna move up to the wizard and try and hit him with a pseudopod. Which does indeed hit. Do they have... they do have shield, which they will use to deflect the hit. And the second one as well. the wizard is gonna cast Shocking Grasp on this guy. Which unfortunately misses. Char, however, is gonna try and attack. Good old Char. That hits. And so does that. Char bites into the creature for 4 piercing and 1 fire, and then tail whips it for 2 bludgeoning and 4 fire. As we move to Halden.
Okay, how big is this plasmoid?
It is of medium size.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out if I could just go through it square instead of going around it, because I can move through bigger creatures. Like underneath them. Okay, so I'm gonna move up to behind it. And I'm gonna double dagger.
They both hit, and you kill the plasmoid as it oozes down onto the ground, leaving a puddle of, well, ooze.
And I guess I'll get ready for an attack.
Alrighty. Elena Sartell is going to rush down and just try and usher civilians off of her, into safety. As we move to Lieutenant Xanth. Lieutenant Xanth is going to take his weapons. He's actually going to move in right here. And as he walks in, he's going to take 1 longsword attack down at Tatter for a 15.
Misses.
Misses. And then with advantage is going to take a swing at Damon. Does a 17 hit Damon?
It does not.
So the first strike just goes right over your head, Tatter, and the second one clangs against your armor, Damon, and bounces off. Lorelei said they will be back, so we're just going to give them a double turn when they come back as we move to Damon. You're surrounded by elven warriors.
Oh. I'd like to smack the one that tried to smack me.
Okay.
Schmack.
Yes,
Yay.
you do.
Yeah.
Let's make sure I got my math on this correct. If my math is correct, and I'm doing the criticals correct, you just dealt 31 points of damage. And you cut into this elf right through the armor. They are bleeding heavily, but they are still standing as they take the hit. And you can see the blood begin oozing out of the armor pieces. Anything else?
That will be it for now.
Okay. Well, Lieutenant Jalen, seeing the damage you just dealt to their ally, is gonna try and strike you, Damon. First with a nat 20 of their own.
Dang.
And then an 11. So you are going to take 18 points of slashing damage. And they are going to stay where they are. This Plasmoid Explorer, I'm going to 10, just go right here and end their turn. Captain Asmodian is going to move to you, Mr. Halden. And is going to try and cut you down. once their sheet opens. That is a 4 and a 12. I'm assuming a 12
I dodged
misses.
roll. Yeah.
Alright. Tatter.
All right. Defensively swinging against the one next to me. Yeah, just taking a flaming scimitar at it.
Alright.
I assume a 12 misses the elf.
A 12 does miss as it just kind of scrapes along the armor.
Oh. Dice. Always forget.
Wow! You got higher than a 2!
It is incredible. It is a whole 5 now.
I still haven't read your class, and I really need to. I assume you want the higher numbers? Or you don't?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Most of the time, yes. But here, yeah, Tidbit's going to leap out using my bonus action to command the little dragon friend. It is just going to attempt to bite at the elf that I tried to swing at. With a natural 1.
A natural 1, unfortunately, maybe the gravity of Wildspace, you're not used to it, but Tidbit goes wide and does not strike the elf.
We're both getting our footing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of our turn. Cool.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stand right there to try to get next to both the elves, within 5 feet of both of them.
Alrighty. I wonder why. Alright. We
Defenders.
move to Octu's turn, who is going to, let's see, they will run up to this plasmoid and try and wallop them. So let me go to their sheet and go for the wallop. Wallop. 19 hits for 11 wallop as the punch goes like kind of into the ooze and out the back, and can't forget the swarm damage. He's gonna be so upset that he's not here because that almost killed it. That's gonna be Octu's turn as they are punching into the swarm. We move to the wizard, who's going to back up a little bit and do the very wizard move of throwing 3 magic missiles, 1 at the captain, 1 at the lieutenant, and another at the other lieutenant. For 3, 4, and 2. As we move to Halden.
Okay. So with both my daggers, am I able to hit more than one target or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna slit between both of these two. So my first attack will go to the one that I don't have advantage on because there's no ally near it. Second one will be advantaged.
Well, Gray.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, you are slicing and dicing, man.
You just let me know if, and I guess I'll go ahead and roll it anyway, actually.
Yeah, you would get the sneak attack on the second guy.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 3 of these.
That's good.
That is indeed very good. And I don't feel a need to move it.
And the second one, the one next to you, Damon, on your other side, Halden runs up and is slicing and dicing into this elf, and you just see blood flowing everywhere from beneath the armor. They look rough. Elena Sartell is just going to keep leading people. What? We have an Octu.
Hello.
I almost killed something with you.
I see that. Oh my gosh, that's impressive.
You rolled a 19 on your wallop,
Hell yeah.
and then you rolled 4 swarm piercing damage.
Which is max?
Close to. That's 2 off.
We like
max.
that.
Yeah. You are currently
Hell yeah.
fighting ooze people and armored elves.
I gotta take
Damn,
care of that
okay.
damage I just did.
Elena
Just
Sartell, yeah. Lieutenant Xanth is going to swing a sword at... Yeah, you punched a hole through this plasmoid. They are still barely standing, though.
Gotcha.
They're
The
gonna
music
take-
is awesome. Oh
I
my
know,
God.
this is our funky battle
the heck?
music. It's our funky
This is
battle
so
music,
cool.
man.
What?
This is going to be a longsword at advantage at Damon. Does a 13? 13 certainly doesn't hit.
No.
But if
how
they're within
about,
5 feet of me, it's straight roll, not the advantage.
okay. Well then, a 12
Didn't
misses,
matter for that one, but
and a
yeah.
6 also misses. Lorelei, we skipped you because you weren't here. You will get 2 turns.
Ooh.
If you are now here.
Okay. Sorry.
You will get 2 turns of actions.
2 turns of it to actions? Okay. I'm assuming these are the elves, right?
Yep.
Just double checking. Okay. Floorlight's gonna go right here and take a nice friendly swing
Okay.
with her battle axe in 2 hands.
Very friendly swing.
Very friendly. An 18 hits. For 3.
And then she's gonna take another swing at the same gentleman with her. Oh, I misclicked it, but it's okay. A 5
that misses.
Nope. That is Lorelei's turn.
Those are your double turns?
Yay.
Alright, Damon.
Alright, I'm just gonna smack the one I smacked before and hope I finish the job.
Okay. An 11 unfortunately misses. They deflect your blow with their own sword. Anything else?
Let me... I always forget about the smite thing, because I don't know where to see it on this sheet.
Your smites, let me look at it. Your smite, it is directly above fighting style and global damage modifiers. And if you want to use it, you just click it on, and then you get rid of the appropriate spell slot.
Okay. I was looking for like where I could get like the information on, yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing with it per se.
In the features and traits, under do you see Divine Smite under Lay on Hands?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you hit a creature, like with your crit last turn, you can expend the spell slot. You could click on Divine Smite, or just roll the 2d8 if you want to use a first level, or 3d8 if you use a second level. So that's what you can do with Divine Smite. But unfortunately, you missed. This time.
Right. Yeah. Just making sure it wasn't something I had to like prepare ahead of time.
No, you can just choose to do it whenever you hit.
Okay, cool. Then that will be it then.
Alright. Lieutenant Jalen, the one who's been getting sliced and diced, is gonna turn their weapon on Halden and is gonna try and double-hand it. You know, two-hand in their weapon. Wow, come on, even with advantage. 13?
No, I'm dodging everything.
The Plasmoid Explorer is gonna try and thwack you, Octu. It's gonna launch one of its pseudopods at you for a 10. I assume a 10 misses.
I'm sorry, I'm muted. No, that does not hit me.
And then a 14.
No, sir.
You are dodging these oozy fists.
Yeah, get that out of here.
And that's going to be its turn. Captain Asmodian is also going to begin two-handing their sword to try and bring down onto Halden. An 18.
Yeah, that one hits.
For, wow, only 2 slashing damage. And
Alright.
then a 9, which misses as we move to Tatter.
Alright. Getting up there. Oh, that's exactly 10 now. The dragon's looking really stressed. I literally cannot fail, but I have to make an animal handling check. 19 works. To make sure the dragon doesn't freak out.
Oh yeah, what is I've heard you talk about this before, but what is this mechanic?
So this is called ferocity, is the mechanic, and it slowly builds, and I can spend it to do cool stuff, like I'm about to do.
Ooh.
And if it reaches 10 or higher, my animal can freak out because they're too stressed.
Oh.
I just have to calm them down to prevent that.
Oh, this is cool. What?
But yeah, Tatter's going. Well, first Tatter's going to try to swing the green flame blade at the, let's say, the left one.
Okay.
14 to hit.
A 14 unfortunately just bounces off of the armor.
That it does.
Despite
I can't
being
really get-
injured, their armor still seems very tough.
Yeah. Can't really get a good line. So Tidbit is going to roar, attempting to scare the 2 elves nearby with its
Okay.
baby frightful presence.
Baby frightful presence. A wisdom saving throw.
Yes, from the things within 10 feet. Not my friends.
Of course, of course.
Of course.
Here they are from the a natural 1 and a 9.
Do they have advantage?
They do
Looks
not.
like
I
they have
accidentally
advantage.
kept it on.
Oh, okay. So they both fail. They're both frightened of the dragon.
They are frightened of little Tidbit. They see this dragon. It's like finally they hear the roar and they're finally like, oh crap! There's a dragonid on this ship.
Yeah.
And
standing proud and trying to look as scary as they can. Tidbit and Tatter end their turn.
Does anyone
It's
speak?
okay.
Does anyone speak
They're
Elven?
about to be scared and dead.
Ooh,
I do.
I feel like I do. Let's see.
I
I do.
And no, just common goblin happening.
Does Damon know Elven?
I am checking. No. Wait,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so then
Sorry.
you, Lorelei, and Octu, as this roar goes off, and the two of the lieutenants finally make note of the dragonid aboard the ship. You hear in Elven, the captain, all the way over here. You hear the captain shouting in Elven, "You fools! It is just a baby! Just cut it down!"
Joe, no.
As we move to
I look
Octu.
really sad.
Okay.
About to make them scared and dead.
So what is this thing in front of me? Is just like a slime humanoid?
It is like if you took an ooze and gave it life. It is.
Gotcha.
It is in the shape of a walking human, except it is made of blue ooze.
Okay, and we're on a boat right now.
You are on a
In
boat
space.
in space. There are space whales as well that you can see
Yo,
swimming in the distance,
space whales. What
In
the?
space
Okay.
fish.
and space
So-
fish. Yes.
Are we like in a magical barrier right now? Or could I hypothetically push this guy off the boat?
So, for the sake of things, there is a ship technically right next to yours.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Like the enemy ship. That's how they boarded.
Yeah.
Which I can
Yeah.
actually I'll show you all real quick.
I also
One
I
moment.
appreciate the 6 donkeys we have down here.
Yes.
I'm
This
really
is
glad that
the-
that's the thing.
This is the enemy ship.
Ooh, whoa. Damn.
And your ship, because it is open space, it is like a normal pirate ship or sailing ship. You do
Oh,
see there is a bubble, but the bubble seems to be like a bubble of oxygen around the ship.
Fantastic. Okay. So, but I could like push this guy off the ship.
Theoretically, yes.
Theoretically. Theoretically is all I need. I'm gonna try to wallop him. And then as I'm punching him, I'm sort of sending my spiders like secretly down under me by our feet. And what they're gonna do is I'm gonna use my gathered swarm ability to make him do a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet off the boat.
Okay, here's the strength save. They got a 9.
And that's a fail.
So
My
describe what
spider-
happens.
As I'm like throwing these punches at this guy, which I do have an extra punch which I would like to do.
I will say that I know that's that one, but I will let you save your second punch because this will kill him.
Fantastic! I'm punching him, and as he's like trying to dodge and get out of the way, my spiders are like crawling down my legs over to his side, and they sort of like make this mound around his legs where he can't really move anymore, and they just crawl him off to the edge and just push him over, and he's fallen into the abyss.
And you would think that an ooze would be able to worm their way out of this, move their way out of this, but no, as these spiders are dragging him to the side, he seems desperately stuck until
Yeah.
eventually they are just pushed off the edge and like out of a space movie gone wrong, they are just floating into nothingness.
Take that, ooze.
I'm gonna roll a D100. Do you want higher or lower?
Give me higher.
Oh, it says rolling the dice, but it's nothing's showing up.
Scary D100.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take the second one,
Ah!
which is higher.
Thanks,
Yeah, I'm
man.
gonna take the second one.
Appreciate that.
As you see the plasmoid drifting off in the distance, It gets eaten by a space whale.
Oh shoot! Damn. Okay.
Nice.
These space whales are carnivores that will eat us. Very cool. Well, am I keeping that one for that attack?
No.
If I do, you're too
That's,
kind.
that's why I'm
Where?
saying you get to redo that because the first one and everything killed it.
Sweet. Are these guys? These guys aren't enemies, right?
No, those are the
They're
civilians.
NPCs.
Yeah, those are the refugees. These guys are the enemies.
Well, shoot. Can I just like go full sprint forward and forget about my attack and just try to push this guy off too?
Sure. I mean, roll me
With
an attack.
athletics?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? That works too.
I do have some good athletics.
There's no way they beat this.
Try your best. I'm just barreling towards this guy, like with my arm out, ready to just shove him off. I'm about to
gonna
tackle this
roll-
guy off.
Is the fear, that's disadvantage on attacks, or is it disadvantage on everything if you're in the zone? If you're in their sight.
I always forget the fear condition. Give me one moment. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while they can see the dragon.
Oh,
They also
okay.
can't move towards it.
Alright, well then here I'm gonna try their dex. They do not beat it. Let's see something here. I'm gonna try something else. As they go flying, and I'm gonna do this. That is not enough, unfortunately. You go barreling through Damon and Tatter. You see your ally Octu just shoulder check this armored elf, and as they are flying backwards in fear, one of the plasmoids on the neighboring ship reach out with their pseudopod to try and grab the lieutenant, but they miss.
Ooh.
And the lieutenant is now essentially
Wait,
dead, floating in space.
that's the lieutenant? Is that the highest ranking person here?
It is one of the lieutenants,
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the other one's on my right side.
Gotcha.
but they are dead after just being chucked into
Hey.
space.
I'll take it, man. I'm happy with that.
Anything
And that's
else?
my turn.
Alright. Your wizard is just gonna
It's almost
send
dead.
more magic missiles. 2 at the captain, 1 at the other lieutenant. As we move to Alden.
Well, we know what I'm about to do.
Which one are you attacking?
One disadvantage, one advantage. I'm attacking both, but one at a time.
So with the captain first.
Yeah.
An 11 misses. And the other lieutenant gets cut down as you stab a dagger right into their stomach.
So I swing. I'm like swinging daggers both ways, like almost in a spin. So I miss one, stab the other one through the stomach. Yeah.
Anything else?
And if there's any current way I could get advantage on that one, so I'll move there.
Alright. Elena Sartell is just going to keep ushering civilians in as we move to Lorelei.
Lorelei's just gonna start attacking, going to, if I can open it, jeez.
Jeez Louise.
Wait, it doesn't, hold on, sorry. Oh, she's going to Toll of the Dead.
Toll of the Dead.
wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw onto the captain. They are not the captain now. Wisdom saving throw. They get a 6. A natural 1. And you are level. You're level 5 now, so it's 2d12.
Oh yeah. Wow, I'm killing with this damage right now.
4
Holy
damage.
crap!
So good, man.
Man, I'm out DPSing all of you. Woo!
All right.
Done more than
anything
I
else?
have.
Yeah, that's my end of my turn.
All right, Damon.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I'll give you an advantage attack over here.
Over here. So I can smack that guy.
He's still here.
Back from
Yeah, you
good.
can
Oh
get
yeah, I
advantage
could have
if
just
you go
moved
there.
right there. I'm smart. I'm still waking up.
That is fair.
Alright. And now I'm gonna smack that one. And miss terribly.
Well, an 18, because you have advantage, hits.
Oh.
Would you like to use a smite?
Yes. I just gotta. Sheet was like, do I want to load?
Yeah, that's roll 20 for you.
Alright, and the smite.
Okay, 7 damage. Just get rid of a first level spell slot for that.
Yes.
And the captain is not looking good. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. The captain, he's going to try and jump back onto his ship,
Oh.
which will give Damon, Halden, and Lorelei an attack of opportunity. Gonna roll them a dex. Plasmoid. A 16 hits, the 15 misses. And that also hits the 23.
I'm too short to hit him.
So 3 slashing, and then 6. You guys see the captain, and for those who speak Elvish, you hear him kind of curse under his breath in Elvish. He goes to leap, but all of you, you're slashing at him, and your slashes cut him into his armor, causing his jump to be wobbly, and he slams into the side of the ship.
Ooh.
And a plasmoid is trying to reach out to him, but his grip isn't enough, and he slips and falls and dies.
Get out of here.
As the
Get off
captain,
this shit.
as the captain begins slipping and falling into wild space, you notice all of the other plasmoids on the ship begin kind of running around and panicking, and the Night Star next to you begins taking off into the distance, running away.
Oh,
as
what
combat ends. We're gonna go to this. What would you all like to do? There's one plasmoid body, which is now kind of like a puddle of ooze, and one elven body, as Elena Sartell comes from the back rooms after ushering all the civilians in. And let me see if I can give you some information.
Yay.
Elena Sartell comes from the back, looks at all of you, and says, Thank you all for defending the ship. I have a hunch that they weren't here just for a normal attack. The Astral Elves, I think they may have something to do with the calamity that is befalling your planet. We must make haste for the Rock of Brawl, now even more so than ever, as I think someone there definitely may be able to help you all.
Shoot. Well, then let's go. That's a good idea.
I want to check the elf's body for weapons.
Roll me an investigation. They have on their body, on the single elf body, they hold a longsword, and a longbow with about 30 arrows. You can see this longbow is pretty nicely made. It has some golden filigree across it. Very fancy.
If no one wants that longbow, I'm not going to complain about it.
Is there any rule against halflings using a longbow? Because it's...
Halflings can't use, like, large weapons, right? Does the longbow count? I don't know.
Let me look at something. Halflings are small? They're
yes.
Yeah, you would have disadvantage on all heavy weapons, and longbow is a heavy weapon.
Okay, well, and the longsword would count as that too, so I'm not taking that for this. I'll just point out the weapons to everybody.
I'll take the longbow if no one else wants it.
I have you take some.
And it's a fancy longbow
It
too?
is a fancy looking longbow. Roll me a religion check, sir. As you hold on to this longbow, not necessarily, religion might not have been the best, but it's good enough. You're holding on to this longbow, and you can feel some kind of innate power to it that may come from the possibly, maybe religious filigree on the bow itself. When you fire this bow, alongside the normal damage of a longbow, it also does 3d6 radiant damage.
Ooh!
You can add, take 20 of the arrows, I took 10 of them.
How many arrows did you say?
20.
20, I took 10, there were 30 total.
Okay.
So while Halden and Octu are divvying up loot, what are Lorelei, Damon, and Tatter doing?
Well, we all put in such a great equal effort. Good job, everyone.
Lorelei's just kind of wandering around mindlessly.
Well, if you're just walking around, give me a perception check.
Okay. As you're just moving around, watching the skies, you can see back towards your home world. You've made a fair distance, but perhaps you find a telescope on the the upper parts of the ship, maybe back here near Flapjack, the pilot. Okay. You're looking back towards your planet. You can see the moon. One of the I think Faerun has 2 moons. I may be wrong, but you're looking back towards the planet, and you're using this telescope to look at the moon, and you can see an outline on the moon. Something that's not part of the moon itself. You can see resting in a crater on the moon seems to be a dragon of some kind.
Ooh.
It's a moon dragon.
Whoa.
Whoa!
That's crazy, man.
Lorelai is gonna start freaking out in excitement. And she is gonna go shake the pilot and go, like, you know, aggressively shake the pilot and be like, "There's a dragon on the moon!"
By the way, let me increase their token so you can see what Flapjack the pilot looks like.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She's gonna take out his tentacles and start shaking.
A jellyfish?
It's a
It's a
flump.
flump.
They are
Correction.
Beautiful flump.
they are a flump with a pirate hat named
Well.
Flapjack.
Pirate flump.
Pirate
Best flump.
Flump. And
Flapjack.
let's see. Let me look at Flapjack. Let me look at our boy Flapjack.
Shit.
Our main man.
Main man, Flapjack the Flump.
I love that guy.
And you hear in your head, Lorelai, via telepathic voices. You hear in your voice, "Oh yes, the moon dragons are quite interesting. Many think that the moon provides its own shade, but no, the moon dragon is what makes the illusion of a dark side."
That's so cool.
Wait.
And she just starts doing like a little giddy dance.
Does that mean
What did she call the purple egg in my bag? Elena told us that what it was.
it
What
was?
were you gonna say, Octu?
Does that mean like the dragon is as big as the moon?
It is through a telescope. You can't get its exact size, but it does look pretty large.
Huh.
Wait, it's our kobold friend that has the little dragon, right?
Yes.
But
But Lorelai runs down the steps, going, "Big dragon on the moon!" And
Yeah, you
she
didn't
runs
know? No,
Straight to the kobold and grabs his hand and tries dragging him to the back of the ship.
Tidbit growls at you for a moment before Towers. It's okay. Let's go. Let's go look. They'll follow you to go see what you're talking about.
And she like lines up the telescope and just like goes, "Look, look!"
you can move yourself up here. All of you are privy to this. All of you see and hear Lorelai
Yeah, I'm just
running
like-
down.
Staring at this moon thing now.
The death cleric that is overly hype about a dragon right now.
And you all, Damon goes up too. You guys just passing around the telescope.
Yeah,
Hell yeah!
yeah, we are, man.
And for, real quick, for you, Halden, you remember, and oh, this is interesting. This is actually really interesting. You look into your pouch, because you have the egg. You look into the pouch, this Octu or Halden?
Just.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
well.
Holden-
Yeah, Halden.
I
Halden
have
was
it, yeah.
Yeah. You look into your pouch, this purple glowing egg as the others run up towards the telescope. You can see there's a crack in it. Possibly starting to hatch, maybe?
Oh boy.
But you remember being told the type of egg it was is a lunar dragon egg.
Interesting.
And all of you who run up as the telescope gets passed around, Lena Sartell also eventually walks up. You all take your turns looking at it, and you can see on the moon is this. Let me see if I can get a color for you. What color are they? It's kind of a darkish silver. It matches the color of the moon. If Lorelei's perception wasn't so good, you could have assumed it blended in. Some of you maybe take a couple of seconds to actually see it until Lorelei points it out, but you see this large dragon, and it does kind of look fairly large, resting on the moon, and you can see one of its wings seem to be casting a shadow over the moon.
God damn. That's a big ass dragon.
What are Damon and Tatter's reactions?
Tatter's seen some pretty big dragons before, but this is a really big dragon.
That's a big dragon.
He's a large dragon.
Huh.
I'm gonna
That
post
guy.
something in chat. Is this the one you're talking about?
It's a dragon with
It,
Couple
there,
big.
there it goes.
That is indeed a moon dragon.
Whoa.
Here's actually another image of a moon dragon I will post in our chat.
Ooh.
So yeah, so you all just acting in like awe of this dragon?
They're up looking at the dragon. I'm looking at the egg.
You're looking at the egg.
Yeah, Tatter's just staring at it, trying to figure out what they're even seeing.
How about Damon as the telescope gets passed to you?
Yeah, he's just in awe. Like, this is probably the biggest dragon he has ever seen.
As you're all in awe, Elena kind of cracks a smile watching all of this, and all of you in your heads, you hear Flapjack speaking. Flapjack, the pirate flump, speaking to you, and says, "Oh yes, it is quite interesting. A little fun fact for Wildspace, there's one as big in the core of the sun as well." So you have that information.
Light starts freaking out even more about a bigger dragon inside the core of the sun.
Sun dragons and moon dragons.
I'm sorry, you said there's a dragon in the core of the sun. That's bigger than that dragon.
Well, maybe equal size, but they do grow pretty big.
I mean, we're never gonna interact with those guys, right? We're fine.
As long as you don't somehow anger the sun or moon.
I gotta do a lot if I want to anger the sun or the moon. I think we're good. Right? Right,
Believe
we're
you,
fine.
but I really don't.
We'll be fine.
I posted a
It's
solar
no big
dragon
deal.
in our chat in
Oh my
the
gosh.
guild.
Checking on. I would walk up and take a look.
You walk up eventually, Halden, you take a look, you can see the large lunar dragon resting on the moon.
Well, that's cool.
And I will say, it's not just Halden who knows what the egg is. All of you know that the egg that you found on Stormwreck Isle is a lunar dragon egg.
Oh shit. Wait, why the fuck do we have this thing?
You
Do
found it on
I
Stormwreck
guess we're gonna
Isle
have to
and
find out.
took it with you, and
Yeah.
Elder Runara said, "Hey, I know someone who may know more about this," and that person was Elena Sartell, who told
But
you,
why?
"Hey, this is a lunar dragon egg. You have it now."
Why do we still have this? Do we want to have a lunar
No,
dragon?
it was gonna be a massive dragon.
It's gonna eat us.
I don't know.
Maybe.
No,
That
it
would
won't
cost-
eat us. You're
We're gonna die.
no.
Why are we doing this?
It'll just imprint on the first person it sees.
Because he's definitely cuddly. Look at him.
This is a bad idea, guys.
You're a bad idea.
Ooh.
What? What? Your mom.
My mother is a nice lady, thank you very much. She may be dead, but
Well, with all the talks of dragons and imprinting, what does the kobold with the dragon? Do they have anything to say, or are they still kind of in awe learning this information?
Yeah, they have not stopped looking up this entire conversation.
You want to roll a perception?
Sure. Where's the button? There it is.
Oh wow! So you're looking up. You're looking at this massive dragon, but you are still able to keep track of the current conversation despite being in awe.
Okay. So, is it that one's egg, or is it a different moon dragon egg?
All we know is that it's a lunar dragon egg.
Are
I
there
don't know whose it is, obviously, but
Are there multiple lunar dragons?
Elena
Maybe?
Sartell. Elena Sartell. Actually, I mean, one of you guys, if you want, you can give me, or any of you, if you wish, can give me Arcana checks.
that
I got you. Arcana.
Huge.
Actually, I'll let you take the 23 Tatter because you yourself are of dragon kind.
Oh, sweet.
Damon, do you want to attempt an Arcana? There it is. So, with a 14, you know some things about the dragons. I think you are a paladin of a dragon. Of Bahamut. You know enough about lunar dragons. You know there's at least one on your moon, which you are paying attention to. You are seeing it. You know their eggs are very rare. And they usually lay them in craters on moons. If that's the real lore. If that's not the real lore, I'm changing it. Sue me. With a 23 Tatter, you know the same information. There's at least one lunar dragon on the moon that you are paying attention to. You know they lay their eggs in craters. You know it is very rare for a person to actually get a hold of a lunar dragon egg. With a 23, however, you also know that for each planet in Wildspace, let me rephrase that. For each major planetary orbit for that has a moon, there tends to be a lunar dragon who makes home. This may not, there may be more lunar dragons out there. There are likely more lunar dragons out there, just like there may be more solar dragons out there. But it is very rare for this party to have stumbled upon. Now, you don't know the full story of the egg. I don't think they've given it to you. But it is very rare for anyone back on the prime material to end up with their hands on a lunar dragon egg. Especially one that's... You haven't seen it with the crack yet, but for Halden, even more so rare for one that is so close, possibly, to hatching.
And we've seen the egg coloration. I know Tatter, we got a small look at the egg.
Yes, it is a very it is a very purpley, grayish looking egg.
I like the wings of the picture that I posted.
Does it look similar to the one on the moon? I know it's hard to see.
It does. It is hard to tell. Give me another perception.
Okay. Just 16 this time.
16. It is still very hard to see through the telescope to actually get the details. The dragon on the moon itself seems to be more muted color than the egg you hold, but that could mean, you know, an age difference.
Yeah.
They may be brighter when they are younger than they are older. You know, an ancient dragon may be more muted than an adolescent dragon.
As they get
Cat-
older,
yeah.
they don't need the colors as much.
Now, people. You know, people eat eggs for breakfast.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
I would
all I'm
pipe
saying.
up at this point. Tatter would say, Tidbit was also a stolen egg at one point. I don't think we should, you know, jump to eating the dragon.
I say that we let the dragon hatch and we feed Noctu to it.
It will need to eat.
All I'm saying.
Specimen.
Have any reason?
All I'm saying, it could be a very good, delectable opportunity.
I'm pretty sure Damon is a paladin of Bahamut, which is one of the dragon gods, essentially. Does Damon have anything to say?
He'd probably be like, I would not recommend that. Unless you want someone that you don't want to be angry at you. Very angry with you.
Okay. It was just a possibility. That's all. That's all. I think someone would pay a lot of money to have a breakfast like that.
I would love to see this egg hatch personally.
You know, I do too, actually. I agree. It's a great idea. Let's watch it hatch.
I will all sit in a circle and kumbaya till it hatches.
Heck yeah!
Elena Sartell, hearing all this, says, if you do plan to hatch a dragon, a second dragon aboard my ship, please do not feed it the donkeys. I've already sold them. We have enough store for all aboard. I'm sure we can find extra dried meats should this dragon hatch.
Again, Lorelei points at Noctu and goes, perfect for the dragon.
I think the dragon does not want to eat me. I think we're okay.
I think the dragon will love to eat you since you like making fun of people's mobs that are dead.
Ah! Your mom is dead, I'm sorry!
No, she's
I didn't know.
alive and well, I'm just trolling you. And Lorelei just sits down.
It's actually a technicality.
God,
Lorelei's
yeah.
mom is a vampire.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So, is she
God
dead?
damn
Is she alive? You know.
But you don't know that.
I don't know much about dragons, but as you've been brought to me for this egg, do you mind if I take a look at it? Says Elena.
I'd walk over and let her look.
Okay, I'm gonna roll something for dear Elena Sartell. Arcana is intelligence? What is Arcana? Arcana is in, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna roll 16. She looks at the egg, and she says, yes, what I believe your friend here, and will point towards Lorelei, was saying earlier, does hold some credence. Should this egg hatch, whoever it lays eyes on first, it will likely bond with. It also seems to be maybe 4 or 5 days away from hatching, if given enough nurture.
Tatter looks very excited.
4 or 5 days? That's so soon.
Lorelei
also-
raises her hand. I volunteer my selfish tribute.
Yes, we'll feed you to the dragon.
It is also,
Don't you start that shit.
it is also enough time for us to, I hope, arrive to the Rock of Brawl, so that a dragon does not hatch on my very flammable ship.
Fair.
Are lunar dragons fire dragons?
I sure hope not to find out. As I also Google that.
I didn't know
I mean-
Cartel had fucking Google on the ship. Damn, this is wild.
Listen, she has, I don't know, what's a funny, she has, I don't know, spell Google.
Google's actually a
Google.
book that she's just flipping through.
Yeah, Google is a book.
Pulls out this book and just starts flipping through it. Oh, it says here.
Let's see, let me look at, no, that's not what I want. Come on, give me a moon dragon. Lunar dragons breathe.
Lunar dust.
Gosh, man, it won't tell me. I'm gonna have to. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, this is a different thing. I think they breathe cold. I think they have a cold breath.
Nice.
Interesting.
I mean,
Makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yes, they breathe a blast of cold and burning frost.
I have two small characters that are both riding dragons.
And Elena will say, "Do take care of the egg. It would be a shame to see it die before it hatches."
I've been guarding it ever since we acquired it.
What if we want to eat it? Or feed it to spiders?
We are not doing either of those.
Yeah, that's okay. I didn't want to.
Everyone roll me perception.
Oh, yeah. We're doing good.
Once we get Lorelei's perception. We'll possibly describe something.
What?
Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah. You got a perception for us, Lorelei?
Yes. Sorry. I was distracted by a dog.
So, a 20, 27, and 18. As you guys are conversing about the egg, Halden, Tatter, and Lorelei, you all notice that your ship is, slowed down again. And you notice as you're talking that there are colossal chunks of rocks all around you on all sides, floating in the void. Some of them are overgrown with vegetation, while others are bare stone. You see creatures resembling jellyfish and rays gliding through the space between them. You see Captain Sartell kind of looking about as she says to all of you, plenty of places for pirates to hide. As if on cue, a vessel lurking behind a nearby asteroid comes into view. Its enormous spiral shell merges with an open bow, beneath which long tentacles wave as if caught in an invisible current. Sartell sucks her breath in through her teeth, and you all hear her whisper her next words. Mind flares.
Oh, shit.
And that is where we're going to end this session.
Mind flares.
Tatter doesn't know what those are. He's excited.
Hold on.
Let me
He
give
is a
you-
hive mind. They're a hive mind. We're all hive
Let me
minded.
give you, before we go, let me give you a handout.
Oh,
You
shit.
can take it back. I don't want this.
We're screwed.
No, you take that back right now.
But
We're
that is where we shall end the session
Is it abandoned?
Yeah.
as the large ship flows into view. But for now,
Gonna die.
everyone say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube. And see you next time on more Light of Xaryxis!